Niki Goes Wild, scene 8, take 4.
Okay, roll the drums.
Hi, and welcome back to Niki Goes Wild. This is my friend Allie. Hi. Okay. We made it to Crow, the clinic for the rehabilitation of wildlife. Really cool. They got tons of wildlife. We can get bike on down there to see them. Shh, we gotta respect the animals, guys, because these are sick animals here, and we need to keep it quiet so that so we don't intrude and be too loud. Okay.
Their eyes are just cracking open. They're about 7 weeks old.
They sniff a lot and they eat everything.
So cool. Hey guys, we're back at you with Niki Goes Wild. We're gonna send you down to the Okefenokee Swamp. This footage has never been seen.
It's never been seen.
Isn't that cool, Allie? Yeah, it's real cool. So you know what's even cooler? Brandon Bird, you should check out Brad, what's his name? Brandon Bird, you should check him out. You heard her. You're gonna go to the Okefenokee Swamp with the black bears, and we'll check you out later. Bye-bye.
You know, there's nothing I enjoy more than doing what I like to do. Bear. This is female 131. She's about 4 years old, hadn't aged yet. This is her first litter. Her 2 cubs look nice, don't know the sex of them.
Well, our assignment was to go down and film the black bears in the Okefenokee Swamp that live really deep within the swamp itself. That's where we met Brandenburg.
This is some very unique footage, very deep in the Okefenokee Swamp.
Brandenburg goes in, chases these bears, radio collars them. First of all, he finds them. And he has to sort of sneak up on them.
And how you get unique footage like this, you sneak up on them. That's how.
Gotcha. You're nice. Mama.
Mother bear was apparently eating ants at this site. I snuck up on her. Upon approach, she winded me, treated her cubs, and took off. She's approximately 100 yards from the site. Some people ask why you do it, Dave. I tell them, because I ain't got nothing better to do.
We started our adventure at 5 o'clock in the morning. Brandenburg arrived and we were going to canoe into the Okefenokee. The crew and I got ready with the equipment and off we went. For about 2 hours through the swamp, and then we kind of ran out of water, so we had to get out of the canoe. Well, Brandenburg certainly got out of the canoe and pulled the canoe through the swamp with the alligators and snakes. Well, eventually we found the tree where Mama Bear was. Brandenburg was going to change the collar on Mama Bear because her collar was wearing out. So he used a dart gun, he would dart her. After about 5 or 6 minutes, she'd go to sleep, and then he could take the collar off and fit a new collar to her. At that time, when he darted her, we heard the noise. We knew there were baby bears in there. Brandenburg put his arms into the den, and sure enough, he pulled out these gorgeous little, looked like little Pooh bears, little beautiful baby bears.
Hey guys, I'm here in Umatilla, just south of Ocala National Forest. I'm trying to meet Lori Ann McDonald, who rescues black bears. Dems be bears here. Who let the bears out? Who let the bears out?
Every bear is very much an individual in how it acts and what it's learned, how it behaves. People should always be careful of wild animals. You should even be careful, of any animal. Don't corner them, don't make them afraid, and be very careful when you're in the woods. You notice the license plate? This is a Florida license plate that says conserve wildlife. It goes to protect all of Florida's wildlife, using the bear as a symbol.
What do you think that kids can do out there to help that?
I think there are all sorts of things that kids can do. Kids can be really powerful. Look what you're doing right now. This is really great. You're bringing all this education about bears to people and other things too. I really think it's great.
Did you hear that, guys? So anyway, Remember, don't be afraid to speak out too. So John, what do you think is the biggest threat to the black bear?
The biggest threat to the black bear is people. People taking their homes away so they have nowhere to live, no habitat to produce cubs in and make a living. We track black bears to find out what they do, basically. Find out what areas they use, what kind of habitat they live in, what foods they eat, how they interact with people. And we do that so we learn about them and we can manage their population and the habitat. Basically so we do the right things for bears and people.
Okay, why do you break off a bear's tooth? Doesn't it hurt? Cheryl, do you want me to go in there and pull your tooth off? Yes, it hurts. It has a nervous system just like the pelican. You break its beak, it has a nervous system. Come on, duh. You have to have better questions than that. Come on. Anybody in there? Hi, I'm Nikki, and we're back at you when Nikki Goes Wild. And we're here, and I'm in a really nice convertible, really. So we're gonna cruise on down the road, right down there to the next point of the refuge, and we might see some alligators. Alligators? Don't worry, they're not gonna hurt you. We're gonna see some cool animals like ospreys and like herons and stuff, and blue herons, night herons, some ibis maybe, and lots of cool animals. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back after this.
This alligator finally answers the question, will anybody eat tadpoles? That alligator is definitely there eating those tadpoles, and I'm surprised it hadn't been run over yet. I think I can just grab it and then we'll just carry it someplace where it can be natural again and not get run over. I am a professional. Do not try this at home. I got uniform on. Get out of the way. Hey, did you hear that? This guy is saying, is there anybody out there who can help me?
How come when the alligator's mouth is open, you can't see like down to his throat?
Well, they have a valve, kind of a flap in the back of their throat so they can sit under the water and the water won't go down into their lungs, and they can open their mouth and be ready to grab prey. They have these really neat eyelids, a clear one and then this hard one. That the clear one they can close over the eye and still see through it underwater.
What are the chances of him coming back to the pond or the little puddle back there?
I don't think it's going to go back to the puddle because that puddle is going to go away fairly soon. And it's just not going to be worth the effort to walk where I'm going to take it all the way over there again.
It's a big spider. Uh-oh, now what?
We're in the spider zone.
Boy, this alligator's never gonna find his way back to the parking lot. I don't think we're going to either.
I think I'm going to let it go right here.
Good. See you later, alligator. After you, Howard.
Okay. That's so I can break the path of spider webs, right?
Yeah. Also, because I don't know my way back.